Hello and welcome to Monday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, and what better way to start the week than with a puzzle by the Dutch master Ard van de Wetering. This is called 7 Arrows, and as usual with Ard, it's got a very simple rule set, incredibly elegant design. Actually, we haven't had this tested. Ard is one of the very few constructors where one of us just tends to put the puzzle into the software and go and press record on the webcam, because his puzzles are just always supremely elegant, not normally monstrously difficult, and you know they bring a lot of people a lot of joy. Our biggest ever video on Cracking the Cryptic remains, and probably always will remain, Ard's video, a Sudoku with only 4 given digits, which popped a little bit over 9 million views the other day. It's just insane numbers. Anyway, I will read you the rules to this one in a moment or two's time. I have got a few things to mention first. I'm going to start by giving a quick plug to IcyFruit's puzzle from yesterday. It's called The Zip That Zips the Zips or something. And it is one of the best Sudoku puzzles that I have ever had the privilege to solve. It took me over 2 hours, so that's why yesterday's video was so long. I'm sorry about that, and I apologise. And I just wanted, there's a bit of a spoiler coming up, so if you haven't had a look at that video, or you haven't had a go at the puzzle, you might want to skip forward, because I'm just going to, at one point during the solve, I found a very convoluted set trick that got me something very important as regards this zipper line up here. And there was a wonderful comment from Playmaker, and I also had a very nice email from Fool on Hill, encouraging me to share with you something rather pretty that I could have spotted at that point, which really is really gorgeous, and I wish I'd seen it this way, because I don't know this, but I'm convinced that what I'm about to show you is what IcyFruit intended solvers to find, and you'll see why when I show it to you, because it's so elegant. Anyway, this is what I might have been able to find had I been cleverer. So the idea was set based. I could have highlighted column 1 and column 2 in one colour, and I could have highlighted in a different colour. Well, there's a few ways of doing this. I think I'm going to show you the very simple way. I could have highlighted row 6 and box 7 in a different colour. Now, obviously, as we know from set, the green digits are 2 sets of the digits 1 to 9. That's 2 complete columns. The oranges are 1 set of the digits 1 to 9 in row 6 and 1 set of the digits 1 to 9 in box 7, so that is also 2 sets of the digits 1 to 9. So the sets are equivalent at this point. If we remove the same thing from both sets, the sets should still be equivalent. We don't know what's in them now, but we know they have the equivalent, they've got the same digits in them still. And then we can do the trick that I spotted regarding this zipper, where these 2 cells here must sum to that digit, and look at that. You end up here, which is a much, much more understandable relationship between the green cells, which we know have to be 5 times the middle digit here, and these orange cells. Well, we know these add up to the same number, we know these add up to the same number, we know these add up to the same number, we know those 2 add up to the same number. So the orange can be described as, 4y, whereas the green can be described as 5x. And that should tell you something about the multiples involved. So we're going to look, in order to satisfy that equation with integers, we're going to need multiples of 20. And that's going to be very, very suggestive as to what digits we have to have in here, and what indeed each of these has to sum to in turn. Isn't that beautiful? So I didn't see it. I saw it a different way yesterday. I did do it logically, but I didn't find that set, and I just wanted to share that with you, because one thing I think is very important on the channel, these are handcrafted puzzles we're doing, and these fantastic constructors, they deserve their puzzles to be shown in the best possible light. And if they've hidden things in puzzles that are, a bit too clever for Mark or me to find, doesn't mean we shouldn't show them to you. Just because I didn't find it when I was solving it live, I really was keen to share it with you. So IcyFruit, again, take another bow. Now, what else? Well, very soon is we're closing in fast on the 1st of February, which is a very good day if you're a Sudoku lover, because our patrons will be indulging themselves at 4 o'clock that day in a brand new Sudoku hunt, which comes to us from Riffclown. I've got a new teaser to share with you. Where is that? Here. I love this because the Sudoku gallery, you can see it's starting to be populated with puzzles. I don't know if that's going to come out on the screen, but there's real puzzles there. It's just so beautiful. Anyway, so this is part of what's coming on the 1st of February. So look forward to that. And then I've got some birthdays to do. I'm going to start off by wishing a very bright young man a happy 9th birthday. Lincoln, it's your 9th birthday today. I know this because your dad Shell wrote to us. And your dad Shell not only shared pictures of what looks to me like a very good cake. Look at this cake. Some sort of Lego cake, but it is chocolate inside, and that's quite a lot of icing on the outside, which is tremendously important. But also, I was very impressed to hear that Lincoln was shown the game Hexcells after our recent stream and promptly just completed it at the age of 9. That's absolutely brilliant. So Lincoln, many happy returns. I know you had a good birthday party yesterday, and I think we're all going to be in awe of your solving skills in the coming years. Now, the next is not a birthday, but an anniversary. To Doug and Jekka. I hope I'm saying the names correctly there. It's your 7-year anniversary today. And I know this because your friend Yasmin wrote to us. It could be Yasmin. Sometimes we say Yasmin. Yasmin. I'm not sure. Yasmin, maybe. In fact, Yasmin is doing a PhD in astronomy. I noticed from the email. So good luck with that, Yasmin. And to Doug and to Jekka, I think it's a good excuse for chocolate cake, and I hope you have a fantastic day today. Next, we'll turn to Harrison. Now, your younger brother Colin wrote to us, Harrison, and admitted that you both used to use the channel to fall asleep to. I can totally understand how you could find that happened after a while. I mean, most people in my company, have a very soporific effect, but to actually come to the channel in the first place as a way to fall asleep, that surprised me. But I believe that the two of you now do enjoy the Sudokus, and I have a message for Harrison, which is from your brother. He says, even if that thing isn't working yet, happy birthday, Harry, from your brother Colin. I hope that means something to you, Harry/Harrison, and I hope you have chocolate cake today. And then finally, Cry. It's your 27th birthday today, and I know this because your partner Jonathan wrote to us, and I understand that the two of you are spending the first day together in 2 months today, so I'm sure that'll be brilliant. And Cry, many happy returns. I hope you have chocolate cake. And with all that said and done, let us turn our attention to 7 Arrows by the great Aard van der Wetering. And these are the rules. We have got normal Sudoku rules apply, so we've got to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, in every column, and in every 3x3 box. Digits along an arrow must sum to the digit in that arrow's circle. So we have got very short arrows today, so that digit plus that digit, let's put some digits in there, 3 and 6 would add up to 9. I don't think I've broken Sudoku, but that would be a legitimate way of formulating an arrow. 3 plus 6 equals 9. Now, in this puzzle, all circles must contain different digits. So that is an unusual rule. It's sort of a partial disjoint set, because obviously these circles are all in the centre of their boxes. And we're basically being told these all have to contain different digits. So those digits all have to be different. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual, but now I get to play. Let's get cracking. I get 5 given digits today, which is that's something that Aard does occasionally do, or reward us with given digits. Now, Now I was going to say, which I've realised is wrong, that these have to be the digits 3 to 9 inclusive, because there are 7 different digits, and normally you can't put 2 as a digit in a 2-cell arrow. However, in this puzzle, because we've got diagonal arrows, you could do that, couldn't you? Okay. Now I know exactly what Mark would do now. He would pencil mark these cells with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I am not doing that. I am going to say... I'm not going to say much. Apparently I'm not going to say very much at all. I'm going to say... I do almost wonder if this is some sort of set trick here, actually. Am I supposed to be able to deduce something about... I don't know, I sort of feel like this might be Fistomophelian in some way. But if it is, my brain is not telling me how to immediately do that. 8 in the middle box. Oh, 9 in the middle box. I can do that. We can't put 9 on an arrow, can we? So that's a 9. But we do have to put 8 on an arrow. Okay, so the 8 means that one of these... Right, yeah, okay. So the 8 means that one of the digits, one of the 7 circles, must be a 9. And we know that that's not down here, don't we? And we know that it's not here because the 8 can't go there. So one of these 3 is 8. And it will have a 1. It's not that one, because there's a 9 underneath it now. So 8 in box 5 is restricted, which means 1 in box... or not in box 5, but there must be a 1 on one of these arrows, and one of these digits is a 9. I mean, it's a dreadful pencil mark to make that, because obviously these normally a corner pencil mark is very much referring to box logic. So if I made those 2 cells a corner pencil mark 9, I'd be saying that the 9 in the box has to go in one of 2 cells. Now, to do that is most certainly saying nothing about the 9 in this box, but it is saying something about these 2 arrows, which I won't remember. So, do I put... actually, I might do that. I might do that on the basis I don't really have many pencil marks at the moment, so probably not much is going to go wrong. So if this was 8, 1, 9, this is at least 2, 3, it can't be 5, because of this given digit. Yeah, okay, so that's quite interesting, actually. If this was 9, and this was 1, and this was 8, what is this? Because 1 can't go on this arrow, it's at least 2 plus 3. But it can't be 2 plus 3, because that would equal 5 and clash here. And yet, so it's got to be a higher number, but it couldn't be 7, 8, or 9. So this would be 6 with a 2, 4 pair. It would be exactly this. 9, 1, 8, 7, 2, 4, 6. And these 2 digits would be 3 and 5. And that is wrong. Come on, brain. Why doesn't that work? I don't know, actually. I'm not sure. I thought that wouldn't work. It's quite weird that you can almost specify the entirety of row 5 at this point in the puzzle. I mean, that's just maybe... Okay, let's try it the other way then. So let's say, what happens if this is 8? 8, 1, 9. This arrow can't be a 2 ever. Because if this was 2, that would be double 1, and that's impossible, because this square can no longer equal 1, because we know there is a 1 in one of those squares. No, okay, so let's try other digits then in box 5. So we've got to put, well, the next highest digit after 8 is 6. So 6 is on one. Right. Okay. So 6 is on one of the arrow tips, and the digit that's going to be next along the arrow, wherever the 6 goes, can't be 3 anymore, can it? Because we know that the 8 1 gives us a 9 in a circle. We can't duplicate a 9 in any other circle. So the 6 is going to have a 1 or a 2 outside it, adding up to 7 or 8. And then the 5 in the middle box is going to have, can't be matched with a 4, so that's going to have 1, 2 or 3 outside it. I don't know, I'm not quite twigging this yet. Let's think about... Would it help me to know exactly what the population was of these? What could I do if I knew that these were, say, I don't know, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? I would then know for sure one of these was a... I would know for sure that one of these was a 2. This one of these was double 1. The secret. What do they add up to? 1629. Oh, it is the secret. Oh dear. Okay, right. Okay, well, I've been looking for very complicated things. I've been looking for a pin I've just thrown into the Amazon, whereas what I should have done is not thrown it in the first place and just gone, oh, there it is. Yes, right. Sorry, this is actually more straightforward than I've been thinking. We can do this by maths. Right. So there is a secret that I share with my very favourite people. If you're still watching this video, you're definitely one of my favourite people. Now, the secret is that a complete box of a Sudoku, indeed a complete column or a complete row, because of the rules of Sudoku, contains the digits 1 to 9 once each. Therefore, I know this box sums to 45. That is the secret. These two squares add up to 16. So those tips there, they have to add up to the difference between 45 and 16, which is 29. Now, if these add up to 29, what is the absolute minimum now that I can put in all of these squares around all of these sort of second positions along the arrows, these squares here? Well, I could put 1, 2 and 3 here, I could put 1, 2 and 3 here, and I could put a 1 there. So the absolute minimum I could make these squares add up to is 13. And 13 and 29 is 42. Now, how could I make, if these all have to be different digits, what's the absolute maximum I could make these squares add up to? Let's give them a colour, make them purple. Well, if I made them 9, 8, 6, 7, well, but by the secret we could do it. And if you miss out a 1 and a 2, you're missing 3 out from 45. That is 42. That is the maximum, but it's simultaneously the minimum, because I can't increase these. If I was to increase any digit in orange by more than the absolute bare minimum, the purple squares would add up to a number beyond 42, which is impossible given they all have to be different. So that's really cute, isn't it? It's really cute. I should have seen that close to instantly and didn't at all. But that's going to give me a digit. So this is that's going to know it's going to do more than that, because we know one of these is a 1. So that's a 1, that's a 9. That must be where the 8 now goes in the central box. Alright, so these are a 2-3 pair. Oh, I tried to put a 2-3 pair in and failed. We know there's a 1 in that string, so that's got to go there. This is a 2-3 pair. Now what do we know? Well, the other thing we know now is there is no 2. We can get rid of the 9 there. There is no 2 in these in the purple cells. And Oh, well, no, this is the one where we were going to understand the central row. Because we now know this is a 6. So that's a 2, and that's a 4, and that's a 3, and that's a 2, and that's a 3. There we go. We've got to put 3 and 5 in the set. Oh, there's going to be some furiously fast times on this puzzle. There are going to be some furiously fast times. But anyway, that's fine. And it's another testament to how, how clever Ard is, that basically he can totally fool you whenever he wants to. Alright, so now presumably we populate these. We either populate the green cells or we populate the purple cells. Probably we populate both with the options. Let's think about 6 though first, shall we? So 6 can't go here now, because that would cause a 9. Now if 6 was here, that would cause an 8. No, hang on. 6, well, so 6 can go there. If 6 was here, it would cause a 7. So that doesn't work. 6 here causes a 9. That doesn't work. 6 here causes a 7. Not sure. Okay, that's annoying. I thought I was going to get that. So 6 is in one of 2 places. And it's either going to give rise to an 8 or a 7, depending on where it's positioned. Okay. Okay, I don't know what to do with that really. Should we try 5 in the middle box? Now, 5 is a bit restricted. I think 5 can go here and give rise to an 8. And if that was the case, then the 6 couldn't go here. So this would be 5 and this would be 6. Okay, can 5 go here? That would cause a 7. I think 7 is not restricted, but I have noticed 5 can't go here, because that would cause 6, and we've already had a 6. Oh, but 5 can go here, can it? And that's going to cause an 8 as well. Yeah, don't see what's wrong with that. What about 5 here would cause 6 again. So, here, which can't work. So that's okay. That didn't really work, did it? No. Okay. Sorry. I don't think I want to keep doing this, do I? I don't feel this is being very profitable. Probably what we need to do is to think about the purples, I guess. Or can I just do Sudoku? Maybe that's a more sensible idea. Is there some Sudoku trickery we can do? There might. Ah, yeah, there is. Okay, where are 1 and 2 in that box? We can't put them in a circle that's got a 3 on it. Well, we can't put them in a circle at all. We know that the circles are. In fact, let's do that. What are the populations of the circles? We now know exactly that they are. Oh, Mark's going to be very pleased with this pencil mark. They're 8, 7. They're not 6 or 9. We've had those. 8, 7. So it's 5, 4, 3 as well. Okay, and we can get rid of 5 from these ones. And we can get rid of 7 from this one. Yeah, but we can get rid of 3 from that one because it's got a 3 on its arrow. And you can get rid of 7 on that one, because that would require a 4 here, and we've already had a 4 in the middle box. Yeah, okay, so this is how to do it. It's going to be a case of just whittling down these circles. Let's try that one. So, if that's 3, this is 2. That might be fine. If it's 4, this is 3. That might be fine. Okay, if it's 7, oh, that's 6, which is fine. If this is 8, that's 7. That might be. So that one's totally useless, actually. All right, let's try that one. 2, this is 2, 3, 4. It's not 4, so that's not 5. And it's, oh, this one can't be 8 because that would need a 7 here. So this one's very restricted as well. 3 or 4 only. Okay, let's try that one. Okay, so 3 would require a 1 here. That would displace, we'll put 6 here. Don't know what that does. If the, oh, 4 could be double 2. Oh, you rotten thing. 5 could be a 3. 7 would require a 5, and 8 would require a 6. This one is hopeless. Absolutely hopeless. Alright, let's try. Oh, that one can't be 3. If it's 4, that's a 1. If it's 5, that's a 2. If it's 7, that doesn't work because that would be 4. If it's 8, this would be 5. Wow. I mean, this is tricky, isn't it? Oh, no. All right, it's beautiful. No, it is tricky, but it's beautiful. Oh, that's so lovely. I mean, to build this in to this puzzle is so beautiful. Good grief. Right. That's not 6. For the most gorgeous reason. If this is 6, what's this arrow? This arrow is now 8. But what happens to the 5 in this box? And the answer is we don't know exactly where it would go, but we do know from our pencil marking it's now on one of these 2 arrows, joining a 3 and forcing an 8 into one of those squares where they can't go because of this 8 we've just put in. That is so beautiful. So this is cell of the day. That's really lovely. So that's not 6. So this is 6. That gives us a digit, which gives us a digit here. That's 7. Oh. That's a bit... Oh, okay, so that knocks a 7 out of the other side of the world. Okay. Oh dear. Alright, so now we're left with thinking again, I think. I think we're left with thinking again. Have I missed some really easy... Oh, 3. Yes, okay, 3 in this box is one of those. Oh, that's really obvious. Ah, okay. Alright, but was that only obvious since I've got this? I think it was. So I'll forgive myself for that one. That's a 5 now. So that's a 3. And if this is 5, 5 is in one of these 2 squares in box 9. By Sudoku of all things. Yeah, okay. 6, 7 and 9 in this box are a triple in those squares because they don't seem to be able to go anywhere else. So that square is going to be 4 or 8. And now we've got a lot. That's not 8 now. We've got a lot of high digits, look, in column 8. These squares have got to be 1, 2... Oh, I see where this is going. This is 1 and 3C, this square, so that's a 2. These are not 2s. And that's going to mean... Can we play the 1-2 game over here now? No, not quite. How does that differ from what we managed to do up there? It's because we've got a given digit here. We don't have the same luxury. So we've got 1s and 2s in 2 of these 3 squares in box 7. Okay, here's a little point. Whatever this digit is, has to find a home for itself in box 5, look. And whatever it is, it can't go there, and it's not equal to any of these enormous digits, so it's going to go exactly there, which means that digit's not 5 anymore. And that means that this digit... Oh, well, that can't be 6, apparently. Oh, that's lovely as well, actually. Yeah, that can't be 6, because it would clash here, so that's got to be a 1, which means that's a 1, and that's a 3. This is now 4. Oh, that's done it. That has definitely done it. Look at that. So the 4 knocks itself out of here, knocks itself out of there. So that's become a 5. That's become... let's not mess this up. That's a 2, isn't it? We're talking about these are the differences. Okay, so we haven't put 3 in the middle box. So that's a 3 and that's a 5. And all of our arrows suddenly are just completed. That's a 4 by Sudoku. And hopefully... we've now got just a very simple Sudoku puzzle left to do. Very simple. Let's see. 6 it can be placed in this box up here, which means that's not 6. That's not. Oh, we get a 6 over here, which I probably could have got before but didn't see. There's a 5-6 pair at the bottom of column 7. So these 2 squares have got to be a 4-8 pair. But yeah, okay. Oh, I see it. Look at that. I didn't see that digit. I was looking at the pencil mark thinking, how do I know 8s are here? So when I looked at the 4-8 pair here, I don't see this 8 because it's black. And obviously my brain has just, over these thousands and thousands of solves we've done online, and under the dramatic lack of black digits, I only see blue digits. It's so strange. That's 8, that's 4. Okay, so now what do we need? We need 7 and... we need to put 9 in this box, so that's got to be there. That's got to be a 7. Now those 2 squares are going to be 2 and 5, and we know the order. These squares have got to be 4, 6 and 7. Which would, well, I don't think I know the order of those. That's obviously not 6, that's not 4. It's probably a multitude of black digits that I'm not using there. Now these squares are 3, 4 and 8 at the bottom of this column. We could get a 3 in the corner. 3, 4 and 8. That's not 3, that's not 4. Don't know what to do with that. What about these? 7, 8 and 9 into those squares by our old friend Sudoku. That can't be 9. What about this one? Not sure. Not sure about that one. We could try... where should we look now? Let's have a look at... where's the weakest point? Is it column 4? 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Alright, I'm not going to do column 4. I'm going to look at that square actually. Because that sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is what I noticed. It actually sees 9 as well. So that's got to be 6, 7 or 8. That's a 6, 7, 8 triple in this column. That can't be the 2, look. So in this column we've not put in 1 and 3. And 3 has to go at the top. So that's 3, that's 1. 1 comes out of here. Oh, the 3 is underwhelming at the top of the grid. The 1 I get a 1 here by Sudoku. There are 4 1s looking at box 8. 5, 4, 6. There's a 4 up here from this 4. There's a 4 in one of those 2. We don't seem to know the order. Okay, maybe we'll come back and look at this then. So we need 2, 4, 7 and 9. So that is 2 or 9. C's 4 and 7. I mean, I could pencil mark all of them. Maybe that's what I'm meant to do. 2, 4, 7 here. That one. Now, see, that's horrible to pencil mark. I just don't want to do that. I'm not going to. 4, 5, 6, 8. This is 4 or 8 only. That seems fine to pencil mark. 4, 5, 6, 8. 5, 6, 8 here. What's that doing? Is that doing something clever? I've used all the clues, so it is just Sudoku apparently. This would be an embarrassing fail if I can't solve the puzzle from here, wouldn't it? Right, okay, let's think a bit harder. What could we do that's going to be 2? Could that be 4? Probably. Maybe, I'm not really sure where to look. I'm going to try this row. 1, 2, 4, 7, 9. Okay, well, let's look at this digit. 279, I think. Not brilliant, is it? These squares are 1, 4, 7, 9. That can't be 1. Now, can we improve upon that at all? What about that digit then? That digit, oh, that digit can't be 4 for some reason, according to my pencil marking. Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. So that digit, this digit here is quite high. It's 7 or 9. Oh, there you go. Okay, that is a weak spot in the puzzle that I didn't notice. It can only be 7 or 9. That gives me a 7-9 pair in the top row. And no, more important than that even, it gives me a 7-8-9 triple in box 1. So that's going to have to be a 4, which means this is a 1. Which means that's a 1 and that's a 2. Okay. Now, does that do more for us? 2, nearly. 2 in box this thing. Well, now we know these squares. They're a triple now. They are 2, 4, and 8. So let's actually just put that in. 2, 4, and 8. Now, that's not 8. That's not 2. And let me guess, that's not 4. And we're going to get chocolate teapotted here. The 2, 4, 8 triple that's not resolved. Okay, but that takes 8 out of here. It gives me another 7, 9 pair. So in this column now, presumably we've got to think about, what is it going to be? 2, 3, and... oh, that's a naked single. I think this has got to be 2, 3, or 8. So that is an 8. Which means that's a 2, that's a 4. That does our chocolate teapot at the top. These squares now lose their 4-age, so that becomes 2, 7, 9. We've not put... No, bother. That's a 3. That's knocking 3 out of the corner. Okay, the 8 here now does the 4. That does an 8 here. That does an 8 here. That puts 2 in the corner. That's going to do another chocolate teapot by the looks of it. This is no longer 8. So I've got a 5, 6 pair in this row, but I've not put 9 into the row. So I can put 9 there. That's going to do a 7. That's going to do an 8 and a 9, and a 9 and a 7, and a 9 and a 7. This is no longer 7. Whoops. This is no. We need 4 and... okay, where does 4 go in column 1? It's got to go there. So 4, 6, 7. That becomes a 6. This becomes a something. The answer to that is 7. So this digit should be a 5, because I've not put 5 in. That's 6, that's 6, that's 5. And finally, we put 4 in here and something in there. 5, I think. And that looks good. Very good, potentially. Let's click tick. Yes. Yes, absolutely beautiful, wasn't it? Did I like the puzzle? Of course I like the puzzle. It's an odd puzzle. But that is just gorgeous. It's classically gorgeous. It's a simple arithmetic trick to get us started, although it's well hidden. It's well hidden, with an interesting rule set that's not monstrous to understand. And then it had that sublime cell here that couldn't be. Was it 6? It couldn't be. I can't quite remember now. It was, yeah, it was whatever it was that was going to cause 8s in one of those two positions, where we didn't even know which one it would be, but we knew it would give us a problem. That is why he is a master. Let me know in the comments how you got on. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind, and we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.